Today I'm in Collingham near Newark and I've come to see a rare piece of railway infrastructure that was once common around the UK, and this example alone is about to be lost forever. I've come to see Cross Lane level crossing just on the outskirts of Newark on the Newark to Lincoln railway line. It's due to be decommissioned in May 2026, so not long to go. See Cross Lane there and the level crossing right in the middle of that map. The 30-mile-an-hour road is the new road that will be avoiding Cross Lane, and that will seal the fate of Cross Lane and the level crossing when this road opens in May 2026. Now, why does this level crossing sit apart from many of the others? It still has its audible alarms, it still sits on a road, it still has barriers. Well, the barriers used at Cross Lane are commonly known as penguin barriers, almost identical to these ones used at Collingham Station on Station Road. But what else separates this crossing from the crossing on Cross Lane that is about to be removed? Well, these crossings generally have sirens on them, but allegedly the crossing that is going also has the old style bells on. Now, walking down Cross Lane, and it's soon to be a very abandoned road, you can see how narrow it is, and it was used regularly as a cut through for the village itself. Now, thankfully, it does look like I can gain access to the crossing because I wasn't really too sure, as Cross Lane at the other end is completely closed off. You cannot get up it even on foot. So there's the lights on the right hand side, got the railway heading back towards Newark and Nottingham in that direction, and the opposite way heading off towards Lincoln. So what I have here is a perfect example of what is known commonly as a penguin barrier. Quite a rare piece of mechanical infrastructure on the railway nowadays, and it would have indeed at one time been commonplace all over the network. Look at these concrete posts that the barriers actually sit on and are attached to. What I do like, if we look carefully enough, they're still wooden. Look, how old are these crossings for them still to be made of wood? And the concrete posts all the way to the top, wooden planks painted red and white. Cross Lane runs straight across the railway, connects directly to Swinderby Road. The level crossing is the only way through for vehicles, so the road and railway physically intersect, creating that classic rural level crossing setup. One of the most fascinating aspects of this crossing is the fact it is not the common modern siren that goes off on this level crossing. It is in fact an old style bell, and I'm hoping to pick it up in just a moment. So that was quite fantastic to see that, wasn't it? A complete demonstration of the barriers and the bell in operation. So Network Rail has been targeting crossings such as this as part of a wider range of improvements and safety measures, basically getting rid of as many as they can. So this is not an upgrade, it's simply been erased from existence in terms of the road and the level crossing. Whether it continues as a foot crossing at a later date, I'm unsure, but I will come back obviously at some point to see it in its closed state. The road that is being built to replace this one is south of Cross Lane Crossing. It's east of Swinderby Road. It's being built parallel to the railway, so traffic no longer needs to cross the tracks. It's costing around about 4.7 million according to Network Rail, and the speed limit is going down to 30 mile an hour, which actually makes it much safer than this national speed limit road. Cross Lane level crossing will in fact then be permanently closed. Traffic will be diverted onto the new road, and trains will be able to use the line at a faster speed, which would be up from the current 50 to 70 mile an hour to a maximum speed of 75. This entire section of road would be legally removed under a stopping order, so it would basically be removing it from the highway network and its maps. So So what remnants are you likely to see once this is all closed and out of use? Well, the road will still be here up until the crossing. It'll probably be fenced off, or there'll be a turning board or dead end signs put up. The barriers will be here for a little while, I expect, but I imagine all of the lights, the bells, everything will be gone in a matter of months. Imagine this road surface will remain as it is for a while. It's not a bad surface, to be fair, compared to a lot in the area, and it'll be an interesting walk down in years to come, especially with the white lines and the cat's eyes present. I also believe the crossing keeper's cottage is a listed building, so that's not going anywhere, and it is occupied at this point too. Further down Cross Lane, beyond the level crossing, you can see the road has in fact come to an end. It's all been fenced off. You clearly see that the road has in fact been destroyed at this point, making it impassable to vehicles should they get beyond the fencing. It really is a time capsule. I sort of hope that these parts of the mechanical parts of the barriers will actually be offered for sale or get donated to maybe a heritage railway somewhere, because they are a piece of history and they won't be here for very long. So Cross Lane level crossing is about to be consigned to history. It's a time capsule of everything that you'd ever want to see from a level crossing, if you like that kind of thing, and it's worth recording from a historical standpoint, isn't it? So at first glance, Collingham Station or Station Road level crossing looks very much like the one we've just visited on Cross Lane. Wooden penguin barriers, it's got the lights, it's got the signs, but it's that unique awareness of that bell that seems to go back to a different period in time. Not the sirens that are present on almost 99.9% of crossings nowadays, but that bell just rings through time, and it continues to do so until May 2026. Another situation that's set to be eradicated is the fact that all trains heading towards Lincoln, or not the majority of them, appear to be always held at that red signal prior to the crossing going down and safe passage permitted. Do you know of any similar crossings around the UK such as this, with penguin barriers and bells, or maybe even manual crossing gates? I believe there might be one in Soham I saw on social media recently. That's probably still in existence too. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the very next one. Bye for now.